Hey fellas, what's up? So, in response to a few people who leave comments like these, which I find to be ridiculous in all due fairness, and I don't mean any disrespect to this person, but I sincerely believe that people who say stuff like this have been living under a rock for the past let's say 15 years. Let's just say. And let me show you an example, because people tend to forget when time, goes by. Now remember, what I'm about to show you is purely for educational purposes. I have watched this before, absolutely safe. I really commend each and every person of you who sent me an email in the past telling me, and a comment telling me, be careful of these attachments. It's absolutely safe. We're going to watch an MP4, which was sent to me via email. Now, I've watched this before. This is a small compilation of all the available illegal cheat mods in World of Tanks. So, let's enjoy. First cheat is that, in case you haven't noticed, he can tell when the artilleries have fully loaded. And if you pay close attention over here, it says 13 and then it says 3, which means that this is the autoloader and how many shells the RT has in his magazine. The second thing I want to bring to your attention is the fact that he auto-aimed at the enemy tank without even putting the marker on it. You're supposed to raise the camera and put the marker on it. Some people might argue that there are XVM mods that do that, but nevertheless, this is an illegal mod. And furthermore, let's not forget that in order to activate this illegal auto-aim, which has preemptive capture, and it calculates the speed of the tank moving back and forth, as well as the shell velocity, and it searches for weak spots. We're going to see that further on in the MP4. Let me remind you that in order to auto-lock your enemies, if you are using this illegal mod, you simply have to take your marker in the general area of the tank. Wargaming has done something similar to the EBRs, because they run at such speed that it's impossible for them to put their marker directly on the tank. But if any other tank could do this, it's illegal. Lasers, as you can see. These lasers, right now the laser is yellowish, which means that the enemy cannot hit him. Once the enemy has direct line of sight, it turns purple, which means that the enemy can hit you. The same applies for a faraway tank, and if in case you haven't noticed, it also tells him that there's a Grillet at 320 meters in this direction, and there is a Leopard 1, 92 meters in this direction. Plus, there are other pieces of information over here which tell him, like, for example, the armor, the type, the module, you name it. Up here it says Autobot, disengaged, another illegal mod, which is called Shadows. As soon as the enemy goes stealth, it leaves a clear copy of the tank with a different color, of course, as you can see. which you could simply aim at and shoot. Now, over here it says IS-7, 92 meters. Once it turns purple, it means that both you and your enemy can shoot at each other. He takes a shot. Got some assists. The IS-7. Over here, he's checking to see where he got penned. Because he was hull down, kind of. Another illegal mod, which we're going to see later on during this small MP4, is something called the Red Ball. For those who are not aware, the Red Ball illegal mod reveals the artillery position as soon as he or she fires. Sometimes it could be off, but in general, it is accurate. And this is why many of you RT players, you get killed right away as soon as you take your first shot. Why? Because someone who's using this mod shot at you while you were unspotted and even out of render distance. Over here, we can clearly see a very, very huge tracer, which shows the arc of the shot, the RT shot. The potential damage was 680. What he did over there is that he noticed that the Leopard 1 came out of cover, they could shoot each other. That's why he turned, knowing that he had a line of shot. Shot him, snapped him, penned him. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. We're not trying to show how great the cheater is or how much he sucked. This is not our purpose. Our purpose is to prove to wargaming, well, or scamming as I call them, as well as the rest of the ignorant players, and I mean this in no form of disrespect whatsoever, that these mods exist in the game. Hard evidence right in front of you. Now watch this next part. The Jag Panzer E100's hull is protected, as you can see, by the rock. What he's going to do, he's going to right click, and his aiming is automatically going to search for weak spots. Remember the video that I showed about that guy where he turned around in Ruinberg? Yeah, it was Ruinberg. And his aiming jumped. You're going to see it right now. You're going to see something, but much faster. Look at that. As soon as he clicked the right mouse button, it automatically aimed at the top of the tank, which is a weak spot. Oh, and another illegal mod is what you see right over here. This guy with the binoculars. This means that one of your dead teammates is looking at your tank. The reason why this mod exists is so that the cheater would simply revert his behavior back to normal if he was doing something fishy. So that if someone is looking at you, you just act normally, and it gives you an extra layer of protection so that you wouldn't get caught. Did you notice that? Microseconds before it switched to the next phase, the auto aim jumped down towards the hull. Let's watch that again momentarily. Unfortunately, I don't know how to make this slower. I don't know if there's an option. Sorry, let's watch that again. Did you see that? Up and down. This is exactly what the other guy did in Erlenberg. Excuse me, in Ruinberg. Not Erlenberg. Ruinberg. Furthermore, notice over here, apart from the ghosts which are left behind, it also tells you the distance and how long ago this player went stealth. Over here it says 1 second. 2, 3, the leopard 1, 0 seconds. They have 3 seconds between them. The Jagzilla, as our bullshitter likes to call it, disappeared 3 seconds ago. The leopard just disappeared. You guys understand this, right? It's crystal clear. I hope it is, because I mean, I know you guys love these videos, and I try to show you these videos, but they're hard to obtain. Very hard, believe me. I could not get them just like that. I wish I could. Otherwise, I would have shown them to you each and every day. Now, he knows that the SPG is behind that rock, but auto-aim, illegal. The illegal auto-aim automatically went to the lower plate. Bam. Bye-bye. Okay, now, in this part, we're going to watch two very, very evil cheat mods. The first one is this right over here. This is called the Destruction mod, which basically, it shows the cheater. You cannot see it on the minimap because it's covered, of course. I mean, he doesn't want to get caught. It shows the cheater things breaking on the minimap in the form of little dots or little arrows or whatever. There's a configuration file which you can change this stuff. I've actually seen it. And it also shows the player, aka cheater, the exact spot of things breaking. As you can see that arrow pointing right over here. I mean, you have to be blind not to see this. So, a tree fell down over there, and he's going to take a shot. And if the shot hits, another mod is going to be activated, which is called, as you can see right over here, Hit in the Blind. Hit in the blind. You know that you actually hit something. And, of course, let's not forget the enemy direction mod. Object 274A at 605 meters and C52 Liss at, I can't see, how much is that? 596? Something like that. 580 something. And now a pattern just appeared. And now, ladies and gentlemen, two more mods. One, which you're going to watch, you're going to see, is the red ball and how dangerous it could be in action, especially when the cheater is using an RT. So he could counter the enemy RT at the beginning of the battle. Watch this. Oh, and let's not forget, he can also see the reload time of the enemy RT. This guy has 7 seconds. The other guy he's ready to fire. And momentarily, in case you didn't notice, he also removed the vegetations entirely and the trees with a mod called Tundra. Now watch this shot. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hit in the blind. The RT's dead. And he quickly switches in order to take a shot at the other RT, who is invisible. But, well, visible for him due to the nature of this evil and illegal mod called Red Ball.
First blood.
Oh, I like the commentary. Now, in case you didn't notice, I'm going to back it up like a second or two. He removed everything. Trees, bushes, you name it. Okay. There you go. There you go. Everything has been removed from the battlefield, which means that when you're playing with a mod like this, and I was discussing this yesterday with a friend of mine, who I'm not going to mention his name, of course. I was discussing it with a friend of mine, and he told me that in the past, he tried to use the Tundra mod. He got caught, and he got banned for 7 days. They gave him a warning. And of course, ever since he got that warning, he removed everything from his computer. However, with this same friend of mine that we spoke yesterday, last night, we also discussed that there are these illegal sites which sell these mods for a small amount of money, that whoever pays doesn't get caught. Now, there are conspiracy theories that Wargaming themselves are behind these websites. This has never been proven. Let's be fair. I do not like it when war gambling. Nice, war gambling. That's a new name. So when war gambling tries to take away each and every drop of blood, aka our hard-earned money, it's something that pisses me off. And I have almost stopped playing the game. I log in very rarely to play a battle or two, every now and then. Because, well, I mean, yeah, even though it's one of my favorite games, it's not that appealing to me anymore because of all the crap that I have seen over the years. However, I must be fair. War gambling, aka war scamming, have done a lot of shit in the past. And they still do, because their monetization system is very aggressive. But we do not have proof that they are the ones behind these cheat mods. And I know what you people are going to say. Then how don't you get caught? Well, the person who sent me this says clearly, in case you guys have forgotten the past videos, that he's been using them ever since day one. He has changed one file in his World of Tanks folder, which makes him totally invisible to Wargaming. And he's never been banned. And he plays every day. Never been banned. So basically, these websites who sell these mods, they probably do something similar that hides you when you use these mods from war gambling or war scamming. But we cannot, then again, look, I'm going in circles, okay? This is it. Cheat mods exist. I hope that the gentleman who left those comments will at least admit, because he has seen the hard evidence. I hope that you have. And any other person who has left similar comments, I hope that you have a change of heart regarding this situation. So that's it, okay? Take care, guys. Thank you for your time and your patience. And let me know in the comments below if you know someone who has used these mods and has been banned in the past, or whether not banned, whether he got his or her first warning. Anyway, take care, guys. Thank you for your love and patience, your time and your patience. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.